What's up, everybody? OJ here. Welcome back to another OJ Live. Today we got a great show for you guys, and man, oh man, everybody's playing Final Fantasy VII. That's what it seems like. That's why we don't have as many people here. Everybody's just playing that game, enjoying that game, loving that game, or YouTube just could be screwing us over like normal. I'm not really sure who's got notifications, who doesn't, whatever the case is, but we're gonna have a good show regardless. We got a lot of streaming today, a lot of good stuff going on, man. Sorry for the videos being. Let's get into some ninja news. Let's go ahead and hop right into the meat and potatoes. So this morning we did not have a regular video for you guys because I was up till how long? Till what, 2 a.m. or whatever, playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's fantastic. I got videos planning for you guys for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Look forward to them. I'll have impressions. I'll have a review. I'll have all sorts of stuff. So I'm getting that footage. The footage that I captured was fantastic. It was nice and crispy because I recorded it while I was streaming last night. There was limited pop-ups and notifications, so it was good. There was no chat on the screen, so you guys are gonna have clean footage for my review that I'll be doing, or for my impressions, or whatever the case is. So that should be pretty good. I'm gonna play a lot this week. This weekend, Sunday, I'm pretty much gonna play. I'm gonna play a lot on Sunday, so it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be pretty good. But yeah, so yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake, we still have our giveaway going on for Elite Ninja. So if you want an opportunity to win Final Fantasy VII Remake, make sure you Elite Ninja up, and get in on part of that. That's basically getting the emotes and the badges and all that. You can click the join button from the chat box. I think it's on the side of the chat box if you're on desktop. If you're on mobile, you can type in !Elite. And that will get you the link. We do have a low tier for you guys at $1.99. A lot of people have been taking advantage of that. So if you want to get a chance at winning Final Fantasy VII Remake, and pretty much going forward, most of our giveaways are going to be for Elite Ninja, or Elite Ninja are going to have a very much higher time likely to be winning. I appreciate new people that have come on, but there's definitely been some. You guys know I have my ninja ears to the street. You know, I have my Ambu that give me information that's coming in terms of my channel, and kind of how, like, you know, giving away stuff and certain users that do help with that. It has leaked a bit, so we're getting some fraudulent ninja coming into the village here, trying to infiltrate the ranks here. So yeah, we had to put a kibosh on some of these open giveaways and things like that. So Elite Ninja for right now, or Elite giveaways in the future, Elite Ninja will be like 3 or 4 times more likely to win, in order to filter out the whack. So yeah. But anyway, like I said, I'm not going to get into it any more detail than that. Otherwise, I'll give up who potentially could be, you know, filtering the information. But let's just, if you're an Elite Ninja, or if you're here regularly, even if you're not an Elite Ninja, if you're just here regularly, like you're a lurker, or you just watch, you're okay. We're not talking about you, all right? So if you're a current Elite Ninja, or you're somebody that's always coming to the streams, or somebody who just subscribed new, or you just watch when you can, we ain't talking about you, all right? So no need to worry. No need to worry at all. It's nobody here. Trust me, it's just things, like I said, that I've been hearing. So Elite Ninja going forward, we still have giveaways. We're still going to have like another Animal Crossing giveaway. Andre's done that. We're still going to have Trials of Mana. We're still going to have Final Fantasy VII Remake, but we're going to do it in a little bit of a different way. So yeah. Let's see. It was because of RGT and the AC giveaways. No. RGT had nothing to do with it. No. RGT had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. He didn't like bring frauds in here or anything. Like, no, he had nothing to. If anything, he helped out. A lot of his guys that were subscribing to his channel have been constantly coming back and subscribing and watching my videos. Because I can see in my analytics, sometimes they watch his video, then they go over straight to my video. So that's how I know that his channel's been helping mine, and vice versa. You know, whatever the case is. So no, RGT he's the homie. He had nothing to do with that. So yeah. But anyway. We'll be having giveaways, but I strongly suggest becoming an Elite Ninja. And like I said, even at the lowest tier, that's probably your best option in terms of getting into our Super Smash Brothers and our private Discord, getting into our Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and all that, and also getting way bigger chances to win prizes and giveaways and stuff like that. Can I ban Baron? He's a mod, so I don't think you can, dude. All right, so let's go ahead and get into more Ninja news. So I had a video for this morning. We talked about the N64 versus GameCube debate, the stream that we had last night on the PE podcast. If you missed it, make sure you check it out. I clipped just that portion of the debate part of that, which was like almost like 30 to 40 minutes. So I clipped that for you guys, put it up in the morning so you guys had something to watch for those who missed it. And then we also have another video that I just released that's doing really good right now. So, well, really good for for me at least. Really good for me. An big first party Nintendo Switch game sale, and China banning Animal Crossing New Horizons. So that one's getting about more than 1,000 views in about less than an hour. So not bad at all. You guys seem to be liking that. So glad I can actually make something that people are watching. Hopefully that video, breaks 5 or 6K by the end of the day today. So it's been a little bit rough when it comes to views. So thank you guys for going out there and watching that. I really do appreciate it. All right, so next up is we're going to be discussing, what else? Ninja news. Yes, Final Fantasy VII Remake tonight. We've got a long night of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I mean, I'm going to be playing for a long time tonight, so I had to have a chicken, okay, a grilled chicken taco or burrito. Grilled chicken burrito, homemade grilled chicken burrito, lean cut of chicken. I had to get myself proteined, the calories, so I'm not like, I'm hungry during the stream. Had one nice grilled chicken burrito with just chicken and a little bit of sauce on there, a little bit of salsa on there. That's it. And then I had another just regular lean piece of grilled chicken. I had this morning, I had a banana, had an apple, had oatmeal, had plenty of water. So I am ready to go. I'm feeling great. All right. I'm feeling very, very, very good. Very, 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 very good. So, why don't you go check my Twitch page, Master Entertainment. Go check my Twitch page if you want. So yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff all around. Let's see here. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into some more. And Aron and Gunslinger, can you guys chill? You guys are like siblings sitting here whining about a colorful Splatoon game who's trash and whatnot. Who cares? Like, what's you guys' deal? But again, you guys shooting ink at each other. Like, what's going on here? And if anything, you guys stop taking it out on each other in the freaking comment section. Let's make some feet. Let's have a mod battle between you guys. If y'all gonna go back and forth like this, let's have a mod like we did with VC and TH3. One-on-one Gunslinger versus Aron. Let's go. One-on-one Gunslinger versus Aron. Loser demodded for 2 days. Let's do that instead of just sitting there calling each other trash back and forth. 1v1. 1v1, let's do it. I know it's friendly banter, but I'm seeing it so much. Let's go and let's make some entertainment out of it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I just see it so much. Y'all going back and forth. I'm like, you know what? Y'all can really settle this, you know? So let's see here. But anyway. All right. No, you guys can go back and forth. It's fine. I don't care. I just saw it so much. I'm like, man, we should do a 1v1. TH3 did it against TH3's like the 1v1 master on this channel. he's 2-0. But let's go ahead and let's get into shoutouts. So if you are here, you want me to shout you out, feel free to shout me out. I'll be more than happy to give you a shout out. So Master JX, thank you so much. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome. Let's see here. Only non-elite ninja are banned. Wait, what are you talking about? All right, so let's go and get into the shout outs. Yo, what's up, Gunmetal Otaku, my boy? What's good? Good to see you here, like always, my man. I am trash at Splatoon. That's true, I am. I barely play the game anymore. Dequarius, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Silk Reese, what's good? TKR Vids, what's good? I'm bad at that, Aron. I'll see you in Smash, but I'm bad at Splatoon. Aron, welcome to the stream. Salazar Naruto, what's good? We're not talking about Super Nintendo versus the GameCube. We're talking about N64 versus the GameCube today. Wolfman, what's good? CG Prime, my man, what's good? Avatar, my brother, what is up? I know you're feeling pretty good after a lot of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I can't wait to get back into it tonight. I have my quibbles, but overall the game is solid. My boy Robert, co-captain of the Viking Nation, is here. Good to see the co-captain of the Viking Nation. roundtable member, the Swedish roundtable. You guys' roundtable is a little bit nicer than the the Western roundtable, than the U.S. roundtable. You guys are a little bit more fancy, a little bit more delicate than the U.S. roundtable. Mark Morris, my boy, what's good, man? Welcome to the stream. Chocobo Joe, good to see you here. TKR Vids, if I missed you, I think I said your name, but shout outs, my girl TKR. Thank you so much for single-handedly lifting PlayerEssence's female viewership on your back. I appreciate it. Eric P, what's good, Eric P? Dawson, what's good? Welcome to the stream. Psycho Pie, what's up, man? Welcome. Dank Meme Center X, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Gunslinger, what's good? Party Man, once again, Party Man the Bodyguard is here. TH3 is here. What's good, TH3? Who else is here? Who did I miss? Sweet Life of Dio Brando, Mocats, L Realist, my boy, is here. Is it Mizutide is here as well. What's good, Mizutide? Braxton is here. Welcome to the stream. Dio Brando. Dave G is here. Eric P is here. What's good? Brandon R is here. What's up, homies? Shout outs. If you're not here in the chat, feel free to let me know. Psycho Pie, what's good? Psycho Pie, what's good? But I will say this. My female viewership has actually doubled from last year to this year. Last year, I was at 4%. This year, I'm at 8%. So that's why I said TKR Vids is carrying on her back, because if here's the thing of how it works. It's an algorithm, right? So if a certain percentage of females are watching content, YouTube with their stupid algorithm will sometimes feed that content into more female viewers, right? Female gamers. So that's how you grow. You've got to get female viewers to watch you in order to grow in female viewers. I mean, yes, you can talk about certain topics, but gaming, it's like, gaming's for everyone. It's not just females versus males. I mean, Animal Crossing did come out, so that's also probably the reason why my female viewership went up. But I need women who actually watch and come out to the streams normally for my female viewership to go up. So I appreciate you, TKR, because she's always here and she's watching and she's subscribing and liking and she's a sponsor, so it helps out tremendously. So that's why I said on her back, because it's her, like Roundup Penguin. There's like a few, Fly Girl Gaming. I think Mandy, like all of you guys really help out a lot. So I appreciate you guys. I really do. Because it sucks not having female viewers. You know, like I want to have everybody. I want to be inclusive. And women like Nintendo. Obviously, women play Nintendo games all the time. So it just kind of sucks that I get so low. But I'll take a double percent. I'll take 8%. That's pretty good. That's better than a lot of people's. So let's see here. Will I add to the server the OK one? I don't know how to do it. Can you? I don't know how to. Let's see here. Volky, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate that. Welcome to the Elite Ninja Village. Thank you, TKR. Appreciate that. Yes, Destiny. Absolutely, Destiny. Although I would probably say that a lot of Destiny's audience is males. So, I mean, that's true. But yeah, her watching definitely helps out. Definitely helps out. Absolutely. All the like Ms. Click, all of them. Everybody who's watched my content or helps out or links or subscribes or shares or whatever the case is, all awesome. So thank you. Let's see here. OJ doesn't appreciate me because I'm not a girl gamer. You are a girl gamer though. No, I'm joking. I also want to thank RGT as well for helping with my female viewership. You know, being a female content creator, you know, herself, RGT does a great job at, you know, that too. So I'm actually really thankful. You know, I'm really thankful for her for helping me out with RGT as well. So that's cool too. All right. So let's see here. Hey, what's up, the Patch Universe? It's your birthday. Shout outs. What's good? Welcome. All right. No problem, Volky. Hey, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. All right. So shall we get into the debate? This man, Chaz, says, I'll settle the argument. They both suck. The GameCube does not suck. You tripping if you think the GameCube sucks. Some of the greatest games of all time are on the GameCube. So you tripping. Let me ask you a question. You played Resident Evil 4? If you say no, I don't want to hear anything that you got to say. Dawson31 says, I remember you used to invite other female gamers to your podcast, but she hasn't appeared in a while now. Other female gamers? Well, Destiny, I think she had some technical difficulties, but Destiny would have been on my podcast last night. But because she popped in for a little bit, but then she popped out. So I'm thinking she had some technical difficulties, but she wanted to be on. But I think it's been like I think about a month or so since Destiny's been on. But she's been on the podcast multiple times, and like, yeah, we had Mandy, but now she's kind of doing her own thing here and there. And I'll definitely get Click. It's so funny because me and Click, we had a conversation. She was like, she's like, you sent me something stupid instead of inviting me to your podcast. Like, I'm like, yeah, I did send you something kind of stupid before I invited you to my podcast. So I'll get Click on at some point. Let's see here. Let's see here. Monado Mario is here. What's good, man? Monado Mario is here. What's good? This man, somebody bring out a Chad Warden reference. Oh my gosh, that fraud. All right, let's see here. Wave Symphony says, I have to say I like the N64 more personally, but man, y'all body bearing. I'd be lying if I say if I didn't say y'all won. The N64, the thing about it is that when people talk about the N64, it's nostalgia goggles. That's really what it comes down to. It's the top games and what you played when you were a kid and you couldn't afford a lot of games, and the top games on the N64 are as good as any games out there. They're revolutionary. So that's the reason why. But if you look at it objectively with non-rose tinted goggles, remember, I grew up in the N64 era too. I played all the great, and I've played every single great N64 game. My mom would give me, $3 every weekend, and I would go out there and rent the games. My brother would come. My brother would, we'd pool our little money together and we would rent the games. I played all the greatest games on both systems. GameCube and N64, you know what I'm saying? Along with Super Nintendo, like shaped me into, like me loving Nintendo so much, in terms of Nintendo content. I have no rose tinted goggles on here, guys. GameCube literally obliterates the N64. Now, if you talk about like the top 10, it can be argued that the N64 got a better top 10 than the GameCube, or like a top 15. But overall breadth of games, you can't sit here and tell me at the time getting Resident Evil, the original blocky PlayStation Resident Evil remade on the GameCube wasn't the hypest thing you guys have ever seen. People over here freaking out about Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil 2 Remake. Imagine before remakes became like a super popular thing. Imagine getting that back in 2000, like what, 2 or whatever. Is that not hype? See, some of y'all didn't go through that. Some of y'all did not go through that. Y'all don't understand. Metroid Prime in progressive scan, 60 frames per second. N64 is revolutionary. It is innovative. It is the basis for a lot of 3D games in terms of camera or in terms of things. But GameCube took everything the N64 did and did it way better, and then added all the genres that it was missing, like RPGs, like real action games, not blocky, slow action games, but real action games like Beautiful Joe, or real action games like Resident Evil, survival horror action, whatever you want to talk about it, real in-depth games that moved at acceptable frame rates, 60 frames per second. Like N64, bro, how many games can you, 2 or 3 games that ran at 60 frames per second or at respectable frame rates? When I was younger, I used to always say, N64 games run slow. I didn't know what it was because I didn't know about frame rate back then or resolution or anything like that. But I always said, N64 runs slow. The games are slow. That's what I would always tell myself in my head. It was like, these games feel slow. Like when I play Donkey Kong, it feels slow. It feels like lethargic, I don't know what frame rate it's at, but everything just felt a bit slow. Whereas like when I played like Donkey Kong on the Super Nintendo, or when I played the Donkey Kong game on the GameCube, which was a bit different, but it, with the bongos and stuff, it just moved quick. It was just, like F-Zero, F-Zero just seemed faster and just better on the GameCube, So that's the thing. That's the thing with me, is that I can't see, like, I get it. Like, I get the legendary status of the N64, like GoldenEye and Ocarina of Time. These games, I love these games. I played the heck out of them. But man, it's hard to pass up the breadth of it, of what they've done. And on top of that, you look at the GameCube. The GameCube had, had something like Wind Waker. You know, obviously Ocarina of Time was great, but Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on the GameCube, and you started to get the actual RPGs. You know, and Metroid. You know, like where was Metroid on the N64? Where was Fire Emblem on the N64? Melee is way better on the GameCube than N64, Super Smash Bros. 64. Like, where was Fire Emblem? There's no Fire Emblem. Path of Radiance is one of the best Fire Emblem games ever made. Some people still think it is the best Fire Emblem game ever made. You look at something like, you know, look at like Luigi's Mansion. You know, yes, we didn't have Mario 64, but we got Mario Sunshine and we got Luigi's Mansion. So we even got something like that. We got new IPs like Animal Crossing and Pikmin, you know, so there was new stuff. Even like something like Chibi Robo, which is a little bit more niche, but still Chibi Robo was really good. So there was innovation in terms of new IPs from Nintendo. There was all the classic franchises that we love, but then we finally got the third-party support in there as well with good versions. And who can, Resident Evil 4. I mean, like, Resident Evil 4 was that innovative bombshell game that was not quite to the status of Mario 64, but it's right there. A lot of the modern third-person shooters were based off of Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 made third-person, behind-the-back sick. Like, it showed you how to make third-person shooters that were good. Like, single-player third-person shooters. Like Uncharted that came after it. You know, Gears of War, all those developers all played Resident Evil 4 and said, damn, that's good. We need to do something. Let's take that and let's make a third-person shooter that zooms in behind the back. So, you know, you can't sit here and look at the full category. And let's not even get into sports games. Obviously, NBA Street, NFL Street, you know, Madden. I mean, sports games was a wrap. They were way better on the GameCube. Way better on the GameCube. So yeah. Killswitch did it before, but Killswitch wasn't as good as Resident Evil though, and the camera wasn't as good. Like they did it. Killswitch was a cover shooter, if I'm not correct, a third-person cover shooter, which was good, but it didn't do it like Resident Evil did it. You know what I'm saying? But Killswitch was okay. It was okay. But Killswitch did do it before Resident Evil 4, but it didn't do it to the same level. You know? What's up, Chuba? All right, so let's go ahead and get into you guys' thoughts on this N64 versus GameCube. After I'm done with my little rant, let's see here. Blowing stuff up in GoldenEye runs to a halt. It does. Blowing stuff up in GoldenEye, it does. Like, GoldenEye does not play anywhere near as good as you're going to remember it. If you play 007 Nightfire on the GameCube, you're probably going to have more fun playing Nightfire on the GameCube than you are going to be playing the N6, unless you have nostalgia goggles on. Now, if you have nostalgia goggles, then you can take the 12 frames per second when something blows up. But Nightfire ran so much better and was a good 007 game. Obviously, nowhere near as legendary as Perfect Dark or as these other games or as 007. But if you play Time Splitters 2, play Time Splitters 2 on the GameCube. That game plays way better than Perfect Dark or GoldenEye. It's a better, at this point, you know, how we've advanced, Time Splitters 2 is definitely better in terms of gameplay right now. Now, at the time, you have to have a start, right? You have to have a start. You have to have, you know, a beginning. So, obviously, those games are more legendary and all that. But Time Splitters 2 plays, like, right in terms of aging, Time Splitters 2 is aged way better than Perfect Dark or GoldenEye. Let's just be real here, you know? Let's just be real here. Let's see here. Let's see. He says, if it don't matter. PlayStation killed both of them. That doesn't. No, what the hell? We're not talking about sales here. We're not talking about sales and all of that. So that's stupid. We're talking about industry, you know, leading games. We're talking about gamers out here. We're not talking about are you a damn suit? You don't even have a profile picture, Lanny. So what are you? We're not talking about sales here because you didn't get any of that money. So what does it matter if PlayStation killed both of them? We're talking about Nintendo and N64 versus the GameCube. So what does that have to do with anything? Gunslinger, bring something up that actually matters. Don't waste my time naming PlayStation. That's great that PlayStation sold better than both of them. Okay, that doesn't mean N64 and GameCube weren't fun and didn't have games for us to play and talk about. What the hell? You work for PlayStation? Let's see. Gunslinger says there was also Spider-Man 2 Eternal Darkness and even Splinter Cell. Yeah, that's true. That's true. George, what's good? What's good, George? Welcome to the stream. Kuma Torres, Time Splitters 2 is amazing. So let's see here. Jay Davey says if N64 has a disc drive instead of cartridges, it would have much more support in RPGs. That's why. That's why it's hard to compare fair and square. No, it is. No, it is. You can't compare fair and square because history is history. If they went with the disc drive, yes, it would have gotten Final Fantasy, would have gotten way more RPGs, and this would have been a completely different situation that we're discussing that at this point. But it didn't. So like, so it is very fair. It is very fair. Lanny, you're about to get timed out. You're about to get timed out. Unless you can prove you're a corporate suit or something, you don't even got a profile picture. You're about to get timed out. If you tag me one more time with your games equals sales nonsense, okay, because lots of games on the N64 and GameCube sold just fine, all right? People made money and all that. We're not talking about who made more. If you bring up one more stupid thing in my chat, okay, because Nintendo made plenty of money in that time period. Yes, games equal sales. I get that, but Nintendo made plenty of money. Just because they didn't make as much as PlayStation doesn't mean there's some type of, doesn't mean the N64 and GameCube doesn't matter at all, considering how many people copied Nintendo when it comes to the N64 and GameCube. So you say one more stupid thing, all right, with your blank avatar, I'm going to time you out for 300 seconds, all right? And I'm going to let you sit in the corner, all right, with your nonsense, and think about what you're saying with your blank profile picture. All right? Now, if you don't want to get timed out, Elite Ninja up and continue saying your nonsense. But you say one more stupid thing that doesn't matter in my stream and wasting my time with the tag that I'm seeing, I'm going to time you out. All right? All right. Now, Brett, hold up. TKR Vids donated $2 and says, I have a nostalgic fondness for the GameCube since it's one of the first consoles I bought with my own money. Hey, there you go. GameCube was one of the first consoles I bought with my own money, too. Can you play, is it Vitriolic A Stroll from Bots? Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, I'll play that. What's up, Rival? Welcome to the stream, my boy. Thank you to TKR Vids. That's the first donation of the stream. And you know what? Never mind. I was about to say you're the top stream ninja. But actually, Mac Mega donated $3 and says, don't forget the Game Boy player on the GameCube as well. You can play 6 Game Boy games, or you can only play 6 Game Boy games on the N64, and that's all Gen 1 and 2 Pokemon games. Also, can you play Metroid Prime Talon Overworld, please? Absolutely, that's a very good point. And not only that, but GameCube actually had remastered versions of like the best N64 games, right? So for example, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, the Master Quest, which was better than the original. So it even had stuff like that. The GameCube was Nintendo tried to cover all bases, right? Like they tried to cover all bases with everything. I mean, even with online, their online was obviously poor, and there was only like, what, 1 or 2 games, Phantasy Star, that used it. But at least they kind of had that in there. They had the Game Boy player in there. They had the 4 ports for multiplayer games. Like, it was cheap. It was, the games ran very well. Frame rates were good. GameCube, to me, just did so much more. But N64 was it was the basis, right, for 3D gaming. So it's like you can't hate on it too much, but at the end of the day, you got to look back and say which one was actually better. Oh, of course, it was the GameCube. GameCube just had more. But let me go ahead and let me get this theme going here. So shout outs to Mac Mega and shout outs to TKR Vids. Thank you guys so much for the support. Let's see here. Baten Kaitos. All right. This is a great theme, and that's another great game, by the way, TKR Vids. Baten Kaitos, which is not on the N64, you know? Baten Kaitos is not on the N64. There is no Baten Kaitos game on the N64. Let me go ahead and get Mac Mega up on here for the top stream Ninja and Stream Hokage as well. Thank you guys for the support. I appreciate you. Let's see. Mac Mega. All right, and we got you with this too. All right, guys, I'm going to get to you guys' comments in just a bit. Let me get this Stream Ninja stuff taken care of, and then we'll get right back to your comments. If I missed your comment, please type it again so I can see. Joey says, you know what is superior to the GameCube and N64? Virtual Boy. How are you, OJ? Yes, Virtual Boy, much better. J. Davey says, I think the GameCube is the redemption arc to atone for the N64 having cartridges. It is. I think it is a little bit. It's the redemption arc on a lot of things, getting RPGs. Like, Nintendo even paid for Tales of Symphonia to be exclusive for a while, right? Tales of Symphonia was a great game. Fantastic game, and that was on the GameCube. That was one of the best-selling third-party games, one of the best-selling RPGs, you know, on the GameCube for sure. Yo, my boy Joey. My boy Joey NYC. What's good, Joey? He says the people who choose the N64 over the GameCube are the same people who enjoy vegan pizza and only take cold showers. Oh man, that is, I think he's taking shots fired at Baron over there. Shots fired at Baron. Let's see, shout outs to Joey, my boy Joey NYC. L Realist says, would you mind looking up the top 20 games from each console and give your opinion on what you've seen? I don't really feel like looking at the top 20 games on each console. To be honest, like, you guys can let me know. Give me, how about this? Give me your top 20 games on each console. Give me your favorite games on each console, and then I'll go over you guys' thoughts. That'll create more content than me looking up, you know, top 20 games based off some editor or something like that. Let's hear what you guys got to say on the matter. You know what I'm saying? Let's do that, my boy El Reels. What games do you like? And I'll react to that. The voice actor sounded like they were talking into tin cans and Bots and Kaitos. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I did play the game though, with what the hell, my alarm system. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Doors and windows. My alarm system is stupid. I can't argue that the Master Quest was better than the original Ocarina of Time. It was. Let's see here. Old Manendorf says, yes, the N64 was more revolutionary. But if you trapped on a desert with island with one or the other each complete library, you could put more time into the GameCube. Yeah, because N64 was all about multiplayer games, right? There was a lot of single player, but there was also a lot of multiplayer. It was all about the multi-tap, multiplayer games, blah, blah, blah. But if you have nobody else there, GameCube had so many single player great games that you can just lose yourself into. Fire Emblem, Bots and Kaitos, Skies of Arcadia, Tales of Symphonia. I mean, like, Metal Gear Solid, right? Metal Gear Solid, I mean, that's just I mean, come on, man. Like, this is stupid. Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes. GameCube got remake, like the real remakes of games. Like, not this stuff that we see today. This stuff that we see today, which they're great, this 1080p ports or whatever they can. But GameCube got real remakes, like meat and potatoes and passion put into the remakes. Real remakes. All the content, and then some. Way better graphics, you know, not cutting content, not doing this stuff and that malarkey. Twin Snakes, Resident Evil 0. I mean, it got so many good stuff, man. GameCube was absolutely lit. I love the GameCube. I mean, I did like PS2 a bit more because of the RPGs, but when a game came on GameCube, here's the thing, I played my PS2 a lot, and it was great, you know what I'm saying? But when a game came on GameCube that I loved, dude, my PS2 would disappear for like 6 months or however long. Like, when Skies of Arcadia came out on GameCube, everything disappeared. You know, when Twin Snakes came out on GameCube, everything disappeared but Twin Snakes. When there was a big Nintendo game that came out, everything, like Beautiful Joe, everything disappeared for that whole week. You know, that was the thing about GameCube. Like, it had games that I was way more invested into and that I loved. PS2 had overall bigger library, you know, of games, but GameCube had so many great bangers that were exclusive to the GameCube, you know, for some period of time or whatever. Let me get this next music from Mac Mega. Talon, Overworld, Metroid Prime. Anyone who says the N64 is better than catalog compared to the GameCube are not just dumb, but also wilding out on rose-tinted nostalgia goggles. Gotta keep it 100. Yeah, I mean, VC, you were probably a bit young, you know, so maybe you don't remember the GameCube, or sorry, the N64 as much. But I mean, I know you play the N64 games. But I mean, I lived through like the hype of the N64, and the N64 is very good. It is very good, and like, I can understand why people have rose-tinted nostalgia goggles, because N64 was the first for many things. So like, it's understandable why people have the goggles, but if you look at it without the goggles, or like you're saying objectively, GameCube crushes it. Like, I don't think Nintendo thinks that that they did a better job when it comes to gaming and stuff on the N64 than the GameCube. So many N64 games got canceled, got moved away, got like there's no Metroid game, there's no Fire Emblem game, you know, there's no Earthbound, there's like no RPGs, like so many problems. With the N64, yes, they did a lot of great stuff, but it ends up being like a platformer, you know, and racing, or platformer and shooting platformer. I don't think Nintendo looks back as N64 was like, you know, I mean, yes, it was revolutionary. Mario 64. Yes, I know they probably think about that, but the GameCube, Nintendo really tried, which was, it's sad to see how the GameCube ended up doing, because I feel Nintendo really like tried as hard as possible to appeal to everyone. And people clown the system for being kiddie. Like, I lived through it. You know what I'm saying? I was old when the GameCube came out. When the GameCube came out, I was old. You know? So, like, I lived through what, like, the nonsense that people would say about the GameCube. You know, calling it kiddie, calling it little purple lunchbox. And it's just, it was whack, dude. You know? It was whack. Let's see, you need to set up an official debate. Stop running. Bruh, Baron, we will set up an official debate. Official debate next week. Let's go. Let's go. What's up, Baron? Welcome to the stream. We will set up an official debate. We will get one. I promise you, we will get an official debate. And Baron, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty for you and your N64 boys. It's not going to be pretty. Let's see here. Nintendo never looks back on the N64 and says, yeah, the wrestling games are a key staple of our N64 catalog. Oh man, dude. So yeah, TC says so many people underestimate I think it meant Wind Waker, saying it looked kiddie. I love the game from day one. Yeah, I know. That's what screwed over the GameCube, man. Everyone says it looks kiddie. The little purple lunchbox, like, you know, it wasn't a black system at launch. It was a purple system. You know, like N64, that was more for core gamers, shooters, you know, all wrestling games. Like, it's just like, that's what the talk was. I liked N64 because there were shooting games on there. What's this Mario Sunshine kitty crap? You know, that type of nonsense that I would hear people say when I was in college and high school and all that stuff like that. You know? So yeah. Body Harvest was pretty cool. I heard about Body Harvest. I didn't really like it too much, but you know, I thought it was okay. I rented it and I was like, it's all right. So let's see here. Not wrong. The best wrestling games on N64 made by like, no, the best wrestling games were on N64, but the GameCube had wrestling games. Yes, the best were on N64, but the GameCube had good wrestling games. The GameCube had everything that the N64 has, the GameCube has. Maybe it doesn't have it as good as the peak of the N64, but N64 is flat out missing genres. It's flat out like missing good RPG. There's like no real good legendary RPGs outside of Paper Mario, and Paper Mario is not even a traditional RPG, like a traditional, like a Final Fantasy or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's flat out missing real Japanese RPGs. Like, there's none. Paper Mario is a unique, different style of Japanese RPG. Ogre Battle is a unique strategy type of RPG. It's just flat out missing RPGs. There's no Final Fantasy. There's no traditional RPGs on this system. You can't sit here and tell me that's okay. Yes, it's okay to have a lack of something, but you're literally missing a whole damn genre. Like, that's, bro. Like, what is this? How can you justify this? You can't justify. There's no Final Fantasy. There's no Final Fantasy on the N6. There's no Final Fantasy. Not even a spin-off. At least GameCube had Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, which was lit, by the way. At least it had Crystal Chronicles. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. Hybrid Heaven? Get your... Blue Phoenix, how could you forget the classic Quest 64? How could I forget? Of course I'm going to forget it. Of course I'm going to forget it. Baron is fogging up my damn glasses here because this man said Hybrid Heaven. That trash game? How dare you mention that game? How dare you mention that game? The N64 didn't need a RPG. The N64 absolutely needed RPGs. I remember telling myself, renting an N64 game, playing it with my friends come over, or getting an N64 game, beating the game in a day or two, then saying, man, there's nothing else to do. N64 games were expensive. You needed games that lasted longer. Back then, not as many people had money to spend on games, and you needed art. That's why I loved RPGs, because they give you value, right? You can get a game and it's not over in 2 hours. Like N64 games, you'd beat them too quickly. As a kid or younger, you'd have nothing to do. Yeah, like it was great playing on PlayStation 1 when you bought a game for $40, you bought, or $50, and you get 40 to 50 hours of gameplay for a single player. Yeah, you did need RPGs. I went through so many summers of beating all my N64 games in a few hours and just being like, well, I guess I'm just gonna play Super Nintendo emulated, Chrono Trigger, and I'm just gonna play that again. Or I'm just gonna play Breath of Fire or something that gives, or a Super Nintendo RPG that I missed. I beat so many Super Nintendo RPGs in the N64 era, because N64 games, you needed your friends over because there was no online. Sometimes your friends couldn't come over. They were out of town or they were at their house. The parents wouldn't let them come over. If you had no multiplayer, then what are you going to do? Yeah, you need RPGs. Yeah, you did need RPGs. Or if you don't have if your family isn't there, or if your family is not going to play with you. No, I think the N64, it did need RPGs. It did. Personally, I think it did. Let's see here. Mischief Makers is good. It's a good game. Did the N64 even have Sonic games? No, it had no Sonic games, because at the time Sega was still making, systems. Yeah, but the GameCube had tons of Sonic games. GameCube had Sonic Adventure. It had Battle. It had Sonic Heroes. I mean, I'm not in love with those games that much, but I mean, Sonic Adventure 2, I thought that was okay back when I played on the GameCube. But like, come on, man. No, this isn't even a talk here. N64 killed GameCube and racers. GameCube was horrible. GameCube had F-Zero though. It still had good racers. The GameCube still had solid racing games though. I don't know if it killed it, because a lot of the racing games on the GameCube ran way better. Like they were way faster and ran way better and had way better graphics too. A lot of the N64 racing games, I mean, they were all right, but I don't remember anything that's just like, oh my gosh, like, oh my gosh, it's so much better on the N64 than anything. So, I mean, I don't know. And like GameCube had Double Dash. Double Dash is way better. Like, here's Mario 64 and all the way to Japan is Double Dash. Like, that's the distance from the United States to Japan. That is the difference of how much better Double Dash is than Mario Kart 64. And it's not even close. I don't want to hear nothing. Yo, let me tell y'all something that we did in Double Dash. Double Dash did this. Double Dash, if you had this little adapter, the online adapter for Double Dash, you can get 4 of those. You can get 4 GameCubes, and you can get a link it up through a router, and you can play like 8 players with Double Dash. I kid you not. That is the greatest Mario Kart experience of all time. Co-op Double Dash, 4 TVs, 4 GameCubes, you know what I'm saying? All hooked up, and you guys both on one cart, and switching back and forth. If you ever get a chance to do that, that is an OP experience. And the game by itself is already better, right? Double Dash is already better. But if you ever did that, even if you had four people, 2 GameCubes, landed up, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. That experience is better than today's Mario Kart. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the most fun that I've ever had playing Mario Kart, plain and simple. So I don't want to hear anything about racing, because Double Dash and F-Zero GX are greater than pretty much every racing game on the N64. Or what racing games beat F-Zero GX and Double Dash? Hey, what's up, Crit Astro? You said you nearly died from laughter after watching the podcast debate. Okay, that's true. It was pretty good. I mean, like, let's just be real here. Let's be real. Yes, I've heard of Lost Kingdoms. Yes, I have. It's a good game. Mario Kart 64 destroys Double Dash because X64 is straightforward and fun. Double Dash is straightforward and fun too, and it's way better. And you have specials. No way. Straightforward doesn't mean it's better. Which game is better? Which game has more tracks, more carts, more racers, more gameplay, more value, more modes? Double Dash. Stop. I don't want to hear this straightforward. Since when was straightforward and a damn kart racer better? No way. GameCube also had fighting games, Capcom vs. SNK 2, Soul Calibur, and Smash Bros. Melee. Yeah, Baron tries to say that GameCube didn't have good fighting games, but the GameCube had great fighting games. And for me, Clash of Ninja Revolution was an amazing fighting game, which, by the way, is still better than the Naruto fighting games that are out today. So I think there was definitely good fighting games on the GameCube. Not as much as PS2. PS2 had Tekken, it had what else did it have? It had Tekken, it had It had Soul Calibur. It had like exclusive Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur 3 was exclusive to PlayStation. You know, so maybe it didn't have all the, you know, it didn't have a Killer Instinct. You know, like GameCube didn't have that, but the GameCube still had fighting games. Like it still had some good fighting games. And like Melee, dude. Like, do you need much more fighting games than Melee? Like Melee, people still play Melee today. Like it's still competitively played to this day. You know. So yeah, no, there's no need. We already had our debate last night. We already had Baron on and I clipped it for you guys. So there's no need. But we'll have another debate. It seems one-sided. Where's the N64 rep? Baron last night, Destiny. I mean, I'm sure you were there for a little bit, so I'm not sure if you waited till the end of it, but I clipped the video. N64, Destiny. Destiny, you know you're my favorite. You're definitely my favorite. You're my favorite. But at the same time, I can't be having this N64, you know what I'm saying, nostalgia tinted goggles. Remember, I'm old. I'm older than you, and I'm older than Baron. So I know the N64. I wasn't a little child playing the N64. You know, I was old when the N64 came out. All right, I wasn't a child. I was a child during like the NES and stuff. I was smaller during the NES and all that, and like Atari and all that. But I was old during the N64 era. Okay. I was old, so I remember the N64 era perfectly. I rented every single game. I tried to play everything, but the problem is that you snap your fingers and N64 games are done. You know what I'm saying? You snap your fingers and N64 games are done. There wasn't enough depth in RPGs. That's just what happened. Look at you naming the same old games. GoldenEye. Naming the same games. Duke Nukem. Naming the same shooters, naming the same. That's all you can do with the N64. You can just name the top 20 games. That's all you can do. You can't. There's no variety. You can't say stuff like Chibi Robo. You can't say stuff like Beautiful Joe. You can't say stuff like Pikmin. You can't say stuff like Bots and Kaitos. You can't say stuff like Metroid Prime. You can't say stuff like Skies of Arcadia. You can't say stuff like Metal Gear Solid. You can't say stuff like Resident Evil 4. You can't say stuff like Resident Evil 0. You can't say any of that. You can't give the variety. You can just say, well, I'm shooting people. Oh, and I'm wrestling. Oh, and I'm jumping with Mario. Well, I'm racing. You can't give any depth or variety at the time when people were looking for the big and better experiences. It's like, you can't say all that. You just say the same shooting blocky 20 frames per second shooting games that you blow up a proximity mine and GoldenEye and it's just like this. N64. N64, you just got a shooter. Just a gun, just a floating gun. Shooting pew 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 pew. No variety. No depth. No quirkiness. Nothing like that, because they were trying to go for the hardcore Western audience. GameCube hit every single stride, bruh. GameCube hit every single stride, bruh. You just the same shooters, the same platformers, Banjo, the same platformers, the same shooters, the same blocky racers, the same 20 frames per second. That's what GameCube was like. Look, man, we're gonna get you 60 frames. We're gonna get you sleek, sexy games. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get you remakes. We're going to get you real remakes, not this nonsense that we're doing today. Real remakes. We're going to get you Metroid Prime. Bruh, people talk about N64 being revolutionary. It was, but GameCube in its own right was revolutionary. Who's going to sit here and say that Resident Evil 4 and Metroid Prime aren't revolutionary? Who's going to sit here and say that they're not revolutionary? Who? Who's going to sit there and say that? GameCube was revolutionary in its own right. The Game Boy player, that was pretty cool. You know? You're talking about graphics, sword and shield stats. Say, you deflecting. You deflecting. You deflecting. Because I never said that Sword and Shield couldn't improve on its graphics. I never said that. But at least the frame rate in Sword and Shield is better. Why is the frame rate in Sword and Shield triple the N64's frame rate? Why? And it has N64 trees. You love the N64. So why are you tripping, bruh? Why are you tripping? If there's N64 trees in the game, you should like it. You love the N64. How dare you insult the N64? It died in the it died when it died of the industry to move forward. Insult the N64? I'm not insulting the N64.
Hey, fellas.
Joey NYC donated $5. Says, bruh, Destiny sleeps with the N64 controller under her pillow, hoping Nintendo fairy leaves. Oh, why you gotta call out your girl like that, Joey? Joey says Destiny sleeps with the N64 controller under her pillow, hoping the Nintendo fairy leaves behind an N64 classic. Bruh, I'm sweating right now. Bro, let me turn on the air conditioner. You can't be roasting Destiny like that in my stream. I don't appreciate that. I don't care if she's your girl. I don't appreciate you roasting Destiny like that. Why you gotta put her on place like that? Oh my gosh. I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate it. Why y'all saying simpler? Y'all stupid. Y'all overusing that word. Thank you for the $5 though, Joey. I appreciate that, man. Shoutouts. That makes you the top stream ninja in stream Hokage. Hokage. My man Joey gonna be sleeping on the couch tonight though. after that one, my man sleeping on the couch. Hope it was worth it, bro. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see you. Took a L. I don't. Y'all using it wrong. Y'all don't even know how to use the word. Let's see here. The Baron says Jose just mad people will remember N64 before they remember that purple Lego block. No, people remember that GameCube. People remember the GameCube. Let's not front here. Alright, let's not front here. People remember Metroid Prime. People remember Resident Evil 4. People remember F-Zero GX. Let's not front here. People remember the GameCube. Stop it. Is it Toshidon Kito? Otoshiron Nico. I probably said it wrong. What's up? Tosh. Says, if we talk to N64, I want to see Mystical Ninja starring Gomon come back. All right. Sounds good. Baron's caps lock is broken. Let's see here. The only reason people remember the N64 is because of the DS. That's not true. Almighty Savage Animator, no problem, man. I'm glad that you're welcome back. N64 did have an amazing Sin and Punishment, but Sin and Punishment, once again, that's a very short game. The problem with the N64, like I've said multiple times, the problem with the N64 is that it just didn't have enough variety. Like Baron's saying, like some of the people that are Destiny and some of the people that are loving N64, it in the genres that it did well in, it did very well in. So platformers, shooters, racing games, like it did pretty well in those type of games. But niche or variety or RPG or hybrid type of games, like Resident Evil is an action horror, right? Stuff like that. Like it did very poorly in, it did very poorly in those games. In those genres, and that's the problem, like variety, depth. Like when you're done playing your Mario 64, when you're done playing your Banjo-Kazooie, GameCube had games on games, like stacked games on games, and then depth. So bang for your buck. N64, unless you had friends over, the bang for your buck was horrible. And like I said, you were reliant upon your friends being there. Like yes, Diddy Kong Racing is great, But really, Diddy Kong Racing is best with so many people. Like, to me, like, because I was a loser and nobody liked me back then, I would play GameCube. Nobody likes me now. But, like, that's not the point. The point is that whenever I would play, I would have Skies of Arcadia, Tales of Symphonia, Baten Kaitos, Fire Emblem. You can always pull out these long RPGs that are going to give you plenty of content that you don't need people around to help you. You know what I'm saying? Ray donated $5, says, my brain says GameCube, but my heart says N64. Your nostalgia says N64. But your brain, objectively speaking, that is a great, thank you for the donation, Ray. And you're 100% right. Your heart will tell you N64 because of the impact, 3D gaming, the revolution, multiplayer. But your brain, when you think objectively, tells you GameCube because of the variety and breadth of games. You know? Put your dollars in your pockets, says Mac. Replay value was only through the roof if you had friends around. And GameCube had 4 ports too. It had plenty of multiplayer games too. So bang for your buck, GameCube was better. Because GameCube games were cheaper. All right? GameCube was cheaper. N64 games, some of them were $60, $60 to $80. Okay? So GameCube games discounted quickly too, by the way. GameCube, there was always cheap GameCube games because GameCube always sold the least. Out of Xbox and PlayStation, GameCube sold the least. So bang for your buck, GameCube was cheaper. It got to like $99 at one point, and the games were cheaper. Games would just discount quickly on GameCube because people weren't buying it as much. It was just people weren't buying it. So GameCube games were cheaper, you know, and they were no, bang for your buck, definitely GameCube. Stop, Baron. Stop, because GameCube had multiplayer, 4-port multiplayer games, and GameCube also had cheaper games, and the system was cheaper. Stop it. Mac Mega with the 3 says, the only reason why I think people say N64 is better is because it had a better mainstream Mario and Zelda games. The N64 may have a better top 20, but the Nintendo GameCube had a better top 100, LOL. That's what I'm saying, you're right. Top 20, N64 punches with anybody ever, right? In the history of gaming, N64 has a top 20, absolutely. Some people might have only been able to get those 20 games in the history, but like if you didn't rent games and stuff like that. But overall breadth of games, like I literally have played every single great GameCube game I've played. I mean, now did I like every single great GameCube game? Probably not. Every single great N64 game I've played. You know, N64 doesn't have that many games. It has like what, 300 games? You know, so there's not a lot of games on the N64. I've played damn near like 80% of the N64 games. And it's lacking. It's severely lacking. Like I don't want to just race and shoot all day. You know what I'm saying? And jump with Mario. You know? Like GameCube brought about more innovation. Luigi's Mansion. What the hell was Luigi's Mansion? When you first played, like what the hell was Luigi's Mansion? Like remember the first time that you saw Luigi's Mansion, you're like, is the game scary? It's not scary. It's an action. I'm slamming this ghost down, but I'm like, you were perplexed. You know what I'm saying? GameCube brought an age of like cross genres. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just purely this or that. It was horror. It was action. It was everything. Like GameCube brought about so much different variety. Like I said, to the table. N64 was too cut and dry. It was like unseasoned chicken. I think who was making that, it was, N64 is like chicken that's not seasoned to perfection. It still tastes good, but there needs to be some other stuff that you need to eat it with something else around it, you know? Very good steak, not unseasoned. Very good steak, but all you're eating is steak. You know what I'm saying? All you're eating is steak. You're not eating everything else with the steak. You know what I'm saying? You're just eating some really good steak, which is good. But man, wouldn't it be nice to have some like vegetables on the side, a couple bit of potatoes, maybe something else, maybe like a little bread roll on the side. You know, N64 is like steak and the bread roll, but it's missing some of the other things. It's missing some of the other lean protein or lean iron and fiber, you know, some of the things to round out the meal. You know, it's missing that. That's what it's like. It's just N64 is like steak and potatoes, really good steak and potatoes, right? Man, that's some good steak. That's some good potatoes. But some people like myself, if I'm gonna have a steak, I kind of want some veggies with it. I like some veggies. I like a little dinner roll. I like some little, like maybe some like, something a little bit like mashed potatoes, maybe a nice little drink on the side. N64 is missing the drink on the side. It's missing the veggies. It's missing quite a bit of stuff. It's missing quite a bit. Michael Looper with the $1.99 donation, and he says N64 had Resident Evil 2 and 3, I think, and 1 too. Yeah, it did, but it was the crappy version. Well, not the crappy version, but it wasn't great versions of those games. And the GameCube had those games too, and they had remakes, and they had Resident Evil 4. The GameCube, when it comes to Resident Evil, don't bring that up, because the GameCube absolutely crushes N64. But the GameCube had Resident Evil 3 too. The GameCube had Resident Evil 3. The GameCube had old Resident Evils, but it had remakes and new Resident Evils. Like, it's not even close. So yeah. The Castlevania games on the N64 were trash. So I mean, you don't want to bring those up either, Galleon. The GameCube didn't have Castlevania, but it had other things to make up for that. It had Metal Gear Solid, which, no offense to the N64 Castlevania games, but let me ask you guys a question. Would you want Castlevania, or would you want Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes? Because N64 didn't have Metal Gear Solid. I'm going to take Metal Gear Solid: Twin Snakes over two crappy Castlevania games. So, exactly. Look, Nindy Gamer, GameCube had some of the best Tony Hawk games. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. And Bear says that there's no wrestling games on the GameCube. Can I ask you a question? What franchise debuted on the GameCube that was one of the best racing games ever created? Oh, Need for Speed Underground. Need for Speed Underground, baby. Come on now. Let me get this music going here. Mac Mega, thank you for the $3 donation. And yo, shout outs, let's see, shout outs to Barber 86 with the Baron says, I did not say that. Oh no, but you're trying to say that it had a lack of racing games, but the GameCube had a lot of racing games. Enjoy the Switch Spring Sale game on me. All right, shout outs Barber, thank you so much for the $24.99. I do appreciate that. That does make you the top stream ninja and the top stream Hokage as well. I appreciate that. $24.99. You guys give some love to Barber for a big donation. Hooking PlayerEssence up with some games. So shout outs, man. Thank you so much. I'll pick up something. Let's go ahead and get this music though too. Fire Emblem. Somebody said move on, next topic. No, this topic needs to be stayed on. This is my favorite topic. I love talking about GameCube versus N64 because I was so happy when the GameCube came out. I was like, man, finally I can finally play a damn RPG outside. I beat Paper Mario on the N64 and I was like, well, what's next? I beat Ogre Battle. Well, what's next? There's nothing else. There's nothing left. I was like, all right, so I can't wait till the next Metroid. By the way, Super Metroid is my favorite Metroid game of all time. So then, as OJ back in the day, I'm like, I can't wait for the next Metroid N64. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be able to play Metroid in 3D graphics. And I kept on I was doing this for like 6 years. I was like, I can't wait for Metroid. Metroid's going to be fun. Metroid's coming. There's going to be something. It's just, okay. There's no Metroid. There's no Metroid. There's no Metroid. I was like, oh, dude, I remember playing on an emulator. I remember playing Fire Emblem. I'm like, man, Fire Emblem's great. Can't wait for Fire Emblem on the N64. I was doing the Carlin. Can't wait for Fire Emblem. Can't wait for Fire Emblem. Can't wait for Fire Emblem. There's no Fire Emblem. There's no Fire Emblem. So okay. Can't wait for Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy's coming. Remember Final Fantasy 6 on the Super Nintendo? Yes. Can't wait for Final. There's no Final Fantasy. Can't wait for Breath of Fire. Oh man, Breath of Fire is gonna be great. Let's wait for Breath of Fire. There's no Breath of Fire. There's no RPG to replace Breath of Fire either. Daikatana's trash, bro. Daikatana's kind of trash, bro. Oh my gosh. I was like, oh, can't wait for Lufia. You guys remember Lufia? Can't wait for Chrono Trigger. I can't wait for all these. Can't wait for Secret of Mana. Can't wait for Secret of Evermore. Oh man, these games are gonna be great. Oh man, I can't wait. Yeah, these are gonna be fantastic. They're gonna be great. N64 was not a flop. No, it was not a flop. It was good. N64 was good. It was just missing a lot of things. It's missing a lot of things. It was also kind of disingenuous to slam N64 for a lack of certain games. Many developers were trying to figure out how to translate their games into 3D spaces. Sega Saturn didn't have a flagship Sonic. It's not disingenuous. If the developers couldn't do it, then they couldn't do it. That's the whole point here. We're looking back. Mac Mega says there's 3 Fire Emblem games on the Cube if you have a GBA player, and you can play Final Fantasy 1 through 6 on the GBA player as well. There you go. GameCube was better. That right there. I actually did do that. I played Final Fantasy 5 on the Game Boy. I actually beat that game on the Game Boy player on my GameCube. Let's see here. Flop means financially. So that means when you say N64 was a flop, that means financially. Flop means money. When somebody says flop, oh, it flopped, that means money. That means it didn't do well in terms of money. N64 made plenty of money. This is called Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, the Black Knight. Let's see. There is no excuse. I agree. There's no excuse for the lack of RPGs on the N64. The thing about it, here's how our debate with the N64 versus GameCube. The debate goes like this. The top best games on the N64 are better than the GameCube because you can't argue games. GameCube got way more games than the N64. That's factual. Like, number of games is way more on GameCube than N64. All the debate is going to come down to is I like these top games more than I like the top games on GameCube. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Because it's factually, GameCube has way more games than the N64. You know? So, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Hey, what's good, Darren? He says, OJ, have you seen your video on the great GameCube versus N64 debate? I think you bodied Baron, hands down, LOL, Team GameCube. Baron, you see that? You got bodied. Oh, man, you got bodied. All right, I think we should move on to the next topic. We've been on this one for like, what, an hour? An hour 16 on GameCube versus N64. Let me update the top stream board here. Shoutouts to Barber. See his handsome face right there in the top corner. My boy Barber looking good. My boy Barber looking good. Thank you, man. I appreciate your support. Let's go ahead and get your name up here on the top stream board, though. Barber 86 with the $24.99. Barber, if you got any music you want me to play, let me know. Any video game music, feel free to drop that in the chat, bruh. I told you Daikatana's trash, Eric P. I'll play this song too, this Fire Emblem song. I'll get a bonus Fire Emblem. Speaking of Fire Emblem, you know what was great about the N64? It had fire. Oh, wait a minute. No, it didn't. All right, so shall we move on to the next topic here? And that, I mean, shall we move on to I think we need to move on to the next topic. We need to move on to the next topic. So let's see here. So we've got weekend gaming. So today is Friday, if I'm not correct. So so what games are you guys gonna be playing this weekend? I want to hear you guys' thoughts. I'm one of the only content creators that will ask you guys, my awesome, amazing, cool audience, what you guys are playing and why. I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm actually itching to get back into Final Fantasy VII Remake today, which we are going to be doing today. We're going to be getting back into Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's going to be absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Cannot wait. Katana Riku, you need to enable notifications on Twitter from me. If you're not getting notifications, enable notifications on Twitter that in terms of my posts, so you can catch my streams, because that's the second day in a row. I'm playing Outer Worlds. Oh, good one, Wave Symphony. Okay, Outer Worlds on the PS4 or Xbox or PC. Rocket Leagues with the buddies. Okay, make sure you tag me so I can read off what you guys are saying. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Okay. I remember you recommending Atelier Ryza a while back and started playing it. That's a great battle system. It does. The battle system is fantastic. Final Fantasy 7 trash? Absolutely not. FF7 Remake. Oh man, you guys are coming in quick. I'm playing Golden Deer and more ACs since I have no life. Dank meme, and I say that in the most possible loving way possible. Little bro Dank. Let's see here. Old Man versus Ease 8, Mario Odyssey, and Ori 2. Ooh, that's a good weekend. El Realist says Final Fantasy 7 on the Switch, Pokemon Sword and Shield, I think it's Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Okay, great, and Smash. There we go. Xbox. Okay, good stuff. Neo 2 for June 8th. I don't know. I'm really liking Overwatch right now. I'm trying to get a certain rank to play competitive mode. There you go. Jonathan B says I'm dying to play Final Fantasy 7 Remake, but Amazon isn't bringing my copy till Tuesday. Unfortunately, yeah, I gotta wait. Patch Universe's Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Alternative Routes. Hey. Lonzo Vine says I'm playing Animal Crossing and RE3. Okay, how you liking RE3? I think you posted something about that on Twitter. How you liking it? Persona 5 Scramble theme? I got you. Persona 5 Scramble? You got it, man. You guys give some love to Barber. Persona 5 Scramble theme. Also, I don't know if Michael Looper, if you want a music track, feel free to let me know, man. I'll be more than happy to play it for you. Switching between Chrono Trigger and Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Now that is a good RPG, man, right there. Yeah, you can hit up. You're right about that, Darren. Walmart has Final Fantasy 7 Remake right now for $49 in store. I would like to get into my backlog, but I'll probably just end up playing Smash and AC. Okay, Chuba, I gotta ask you a question. Have you beaten 3 Houses yet? Deadlock 7 says Divinity. Divinity Original Sin 2. Okay, so how's that game? Deadlock. Watcher Girl says I'm playing Animal Crossing on Switch since my cousin broke my PS4. Oh man, your cousin broke it. What? How did your cousin break the PS4? What happened? Ronald says I forgot Neo 2 is out, but that scares me because it kind of got overshadowed. Yeah, but people are still playing it though. I think that the game did well enough. I'm almost through my second time through the game. All right, there you go. Charlie Ward says Redream emulator on Shield TV. I have no idea what that is, but have fun. Dior Wilson says Animal Crossing New Horizons and Pokemon Sword. All right, Dior. Positive Wave says Divinity Original Sin 2 is my favorite Western RPG of all time. Really? Wow, it's better than Mass Effect? Let's see here. Just Billy said not playing nothing this weekend. Gonna try to put together my Ninja Turtles 1-Up arcade. Ooh, I think RGT would like that. She's very good at those 1-Up arcade things that she puts up inside her room. I don't know if you watch RGT. She's one of the best female content creators out there. Patch Universe says Divinity Original Sin 2 is considered by many as a great RPG. Since you like RPGs, I believe you should give it a try. I've seen the gameplay. So I don't know. I mean, it seems like it might be a game that I like, but so OJ out here waiting for the Chrono Trigger remake with each ending as a separate game on the cart. Okay. Let's see here. I downloaded a demo of Furry Unleashed. It seems pretty cool. I don't know if I've ever played a game. Fury? I think I said Furry. Fury Unleashed. Beating Astral Chain tonight. Hey, Chris Early, you are in for amazingness. Octopath Traveler, because I got it a couple days ago for 30. Yes, Octopath Traveler is very good, Jax G. Full of tactics and great acting, etc. It's amazing. RPG, Western wise, is funny too. I think the best Western RPG is Final Fantasy 7 Remake. That's my favorite Western RPG. At least modern Western RPG is Final Fantasy 7 Remake. That's my favorite Western RPG. Kirby Mason says, how much better do you think Final Fantasy 7 would look on the PS5? It already looks great. Well, they probably smooth out a couple different things here and there. But yeah, it'd probably run better. That's probably the biggest thing. I don't know how much better it would look graphically. Obviously, if they made it for the PS5 by itself, it'd look great. But, I mean, it'll probably look good. But, I mean, it's a lot of diminishing returns, you know? Let's see here. You interested in the new Sakura Wars? I was, but there's no Switch version. If they make a Switch version, I'll be more interested in it. But I'm not playing, like, turn-based RPGs or RPGs like that on the PS4 anymore. Unless it's, like, Unless it's like a big one like Final Fantasy 7 Remake, you know, I'll play that. But I'm not gonna be sitting there playing turn-based RPGs on PS4 anymore. You know the best is Mass Effect 2, OJ. Yes, Mass Effect 2 is the best. Mass Effect 2 and like Final Fantasy 7 Remake, they're like the same game. It's like they built Final Fantasy 7 Remake off of Mass Effect 2. No, I'm joking with that. I'm joking. People who are in my live stream know what I'm talking about when it comes down to it. Let's see here. I'm playing more of Trails in the Sky, second chapter on the stream tonight. Okay, I'm playing Animal Crossing right now. Okay, sounds good. When do you think the full Final Fantasy 7 come out, since they got Unreal working? All of it. I don't know how many parts it's gonna be in, but I mean, who knows? I don't know when all of it's gonna come out. Who knows how long it's gonna take them to make all of it? You know. Let's see here. Sakura Wars isn't turn-based. I know, but I'm just saying, like, that style of game, though. Like, the style of game that Sakura Wars is like, I'm not trying to play it on the PS4, bro. The older Sakura Wars games were strategy turn-based, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to play that type of game, like, at all, to be honest. It's not enough for me to go out there and buy the game. You know, it's just not. Persona 5 Royal, when you go to sleep, it's not even new, but I'm a stand for the series. PlayerEssence the chair. That's a good game. 665 Steven says, I'm playing Final Fantasy 12. Okay, Final Fantasy 12. Interesting. On the Switch. J Biggs says, what up, OJ? What up, J Biggs? Mario Technus? Counting? Wait, what are you talking about, Hudson? What are you talking about? OJ, I'm watching anime while watching the stream. All right, there you go. Sounds good. Sounds good. Any other thoughts, guys, in terms of what games you guys are playing? Is that it? We're gonna move to Q&A. I think maybe we should move to Q&A. All right. So if you guys have questions, I've got answers for you guys. Just tag me at PlayerEssence, #PlayerEssence, or PlayerEssence by itself, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. So feel free to tag me. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. So yeah. Yo, shout outs to you guys watching my video. I did that video on big first party Nintendo Switch games being sales and stuff like that. You guys are really watching it, so thank you. Thank you guys so much for that. I appreciate it. You mean Mario Tennis? Missing Bit says Mickey Tetris on 64. That sounds interesting. Monado Mario says, I hope Sakura Wars goes to Switch. It has to be a PS4 time exclusive. I don't think it's a time exclusive. I think they just made it for the PS4, and that's all they were making it for. I don't think it's a time exclusive at all. I don't think they have plans for any other system. I just think they just made it for the PS4, and that was that. I mean, they could port it to Switch eventually, but I don't think it was a timed exclusive, like as in, like there's like a deal that was set up. No, I just think they just made it for PS4. I'm playing One Step to Eden. That's like that Mega Man Battle Network game, huh? This game's pretty cool. Might play through God Hand again, and it needs an HD port for sure, or a new game. That'd be great. 65 says yes on the Switch right now. It's my favorite Final Fantasy. Nice. If you had another Fire Emblem character to smash, who would it be? Tiki. Playing Ni no Kuni? Yes, Ni no Kuni would be. Ni no Kuni's great. That's a great game. Might sound stupid, but there's any way to play GameCube with the wireless controller since I'm disabled and the TV is too far to reach from my bed? Is there any way you know how to be priced around? Play GameCube with the wireless controller? Yeah, they're called Wavebirds. Just go online and look up Junaid. Just go online and look up the controller called the Wavebird controller. It takes 2 AA batteries and a little plug-in. So you just plug this little thing into your GameCube in the controller slot, and then you put 2 AA batteries into the Wavebird. You make sure that it's on the same channel frequency on the little switch. Make sure it's on the same channel frequency on your Wavebird, and then you play. Yeah, it's easy. Just go buy a Wavebird controller. One of the best controllers ever. One of the best, Wavebird was cool. When the Wavebird came out, man, it was so cool. I love the Wavebird. Great controller. Mac Mega donated $3. Contributing to the Elite Ninja Funds, and he says, going to beat OG Final Fantasy 7 again, so my nostalgia goggles will be extra shiny for the remake. Gonna try to beat Crisis Core as well. Also, can you play Fire Emblem? Oh gosh, like the Ziggilius, the Brave, please. I got you. Thank you for the support, Mac Mega. I appreciate your continued support in these trying times, my boy. I know things aren't always perfect everywhere, but I appreciate you guys' support, man. I really appreciate you guys' support. So thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and get this one going here. Fire Emblem. All right. Wavebird was hype back in the day. I remember there was a commercial, but there was an advertisement in Game Informer that always wanted me to make get the Wavebird controller. Like I saw a guy, he was like in his bathroom, and like he had a mirror set up, and then he had his TV and the mirror, and like he could see his TV, and he was using the bathroom and playing on the Wavebird controller, and was like, and it's just like, never stop your game, you know, even when nature calls or whatever the case was. Like, I was like, oh snap, I can play while taking a dookie. Like, that's great. That's what everyone thought that was cool. You know, it's like I can play anywhere. I can play lying down in bed. I don't gotta worry about the cords, because like sometimes like you play Madden or you play a game and you get mad, and like you ever pulled the system on accident with the cord? Like that's happened to me, where you pulled the system off of like the table or pulled the system on accident. So when the Wavebird came out, it was just hype because it was accurate, it was good, and there was no issue. There was no issue with playing the games on there. So I think he was playing Spider-Man 2. If I'm not correct, he was playing Spider-Man 2. Once the Wavebird came out, I was not able to play the GameCube or any other system with the wired controller again. Exactly. Once the Wavebird was out, it was like, bro, wired controllers are dead. Like, wired controllers, I mean, I still use them, obviously, because, like, PS2 wireless controllers were weird. I don't even know that, like, and Xbox wireless controllers were also weird. But GameCube had those perfect Wavebird controllers, man. Now we have the Switch for toilet game. We do. Like I said, I thought about maybe buying a Switch just for my bathroom, but I was like, wait a minute, OJ, hold up here. Like, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Not sure if that's a good idea. J Big says, remember the crappy acclaimed wireless controllers that came up for the NES? I do. I have them. I actually have them. Dude, I think I have, like, let me show you guys these controllers real quick. I think I have them. Give me 1 second. I want to show you guys the controllers. They suck. You mentioned that. I was looking through my stuff, like my NES stuff, and I still have it. The crappy acclaimed is dusty, garbage. It's missing a button. Why is it missing a button? They had turbo buttons. These controllers sucked. They barely work. Like it's like a bar you have to like hold it. Man, these controllers suck. I remember trying to use these controllers. They took 2 AA batteries. But yeah, I have it right here. The Acclaim wireless controller. It's dusty. Yeah, it's dusty. The slow-mo button. Like, what's the slow-mo, turbo, and slow-mo buttons? Man, this controller sucks, dude. Like, look at the back of this controller. Dude, look at the back of this controller. See, now y'all know I'm old, by the way. If you got one of these, naturally, you're old, or you're kind of old, or you're y'all doubting my age. None of y'all got one of these, you know? Slow-mo button, so stupid. Why would you, like, it didn't even work. It didn't even work. Like, this controller was horrible. Like, dude, it's so not ergonomic. Like, it feels like you're playing with, like, a brick. Like, it's worse than the NES controller. Like, it's rounded, so maybe it's a little bit more comfortable, and they tried to make it ergonomic, but it took AA batteries. It took 4 AA batteries! Who the hell has 4 AA batteries as a kid, or when you're younger? Parents ain't buying batteries like that. 4 AA batteries! 4! 4 AA batteries, dude. the double player system. Yeah, this controller sucks. Thank you for reminding me about that. What are those? When this controller was trash, dude. It was so trash. 1 player, 2 player. 1 player, the double player. Oh, God, this controller sucked. I don't know what. I remember my dad came home one day, and he was like, here, this is yours. And I'm like, what? He's like, I bought this for you. And I'm like, okay. And my brother came home from school, and we were looking at it, and we were like, all right, let's try it out. It's wireless. Like, I was like, yo, Dad got us a wireless controller. Let's play. We tried to play Super Spike V-Ball. Dude, I couldn't. Sometimes my character would jump up. He wouldn't even hit the ball. Sometimes he wouldn't jump at all. Sometimes it wouldn't even read the movements. Like, you have to hold it like this to the little wireless thing dude, it was so bad. This controller was literally, this is a fake controller. It doesn't even work, dude. Fake controller. Fake controller, man. Oh, man. Garbage. I just remember how garbage this controller. We said, man, we're going back to the regular NES controller. I don't need wireless. I don't need wireless. I don't need wireless at all, bro. This is P, you never had a Game Gear. I never had a Game Gear, and my friends had one, and I'd play it, and it would always be dead. And like that needed like 15 wireless, or 15 batteries, dude. Game Gear needed like what, like 8 batteries? That's the reason why my parents didn't want to buy me one. They're like, well, how much, is it? And like they saw the price, like, okay, it's kind of expensive. But I was like, look at all these batteries. Like we didn't always have batteries around. Like that wasn't an expense that my family was willing to put in for batteries. I mean, I know it sounds stupid today, but back then, like when you were younger, teenager, or even heck younger, but just in that time period, buying batteries was not common. You ain't out here buying a bunch of batteries. You know what I'm saying? Like for crap. And not only that, but like, it's just batteries just weren't that thing, Game Gear had nothing on the Sega Nomad. Sega Nomad was cool. I saw the game commercial for those wireless and got it the next day. 2 days later, I was trying to trade it for my friend for a Max controller. Oh man, my dad bought the rechargeable battery pack for the Game Gear. Okay, yeah, you have to have the rechargeable battery pack for the Game Gear, or rechargeable batteries or something like that. I know rechargeable batteries weren't super popular back then, but rechargeable batteries are like the AC adapter or stuff like that. But yeah, like I remember just playing the Game Gear. Game Gear looking like this, right? It's like two of these. Game Gear was like two of these, bro. Like, this is Game Gear. Like, hey, what you doing? Playing a Game Gear. Game Gear, like 2 of those, bro. Facts. I stole batteries from the TV remote to play my Game Boy. Yeah, man, you had to. All right. Also, the Sly Crow. Thank you for the subscription. Appreciate that. Welcome to the village. Welcome. Let's see. Nobody was buying the Energizer batteries. Oh my God, yeah, Jards. Energizer batteries were expensive. They were expensive. Yeah, my mom wasn't trying to buy batteries like that, bro. I was just like, man, I'm just gonna play the NES. You just hook it up to the TV. Like you just hook it up to the TV. And I was so happy once the N64 player came, or like the N64 transfer pack came out, because then I can play the Pokemon games without having to worry about batteries or a rechargeable battery pack or anything like that for the Game Boy. I can just play my Pokemon games on there. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't got to worry about battery dying. I mean, who's that happened to? I remember one time I was at school. Oh my God, I was playing Pokemon. Red and Blue, trying to get Pokemon ready, or Pokemon Yellow. I was trying to get Pokemon ready, and my battery died, dude. Like I didn't save. I didn't save my battery. I was so heated. Oh man, it was crazy. Nindy Gamer says, I'm playing through the Witcher 3 DLC. It may be one of my favorite RPGs on the Switch. Witcher 3 is great. I just wish I liked the game more, but yeah, Witcher 3 is fantastic. T-Garv is it was individual rechargeable batteries. It was those battery packs you charge with the AC adapter. They doubled as grips. Yeah, I know about that. The ones that for the that I know that's what the one that you're talking about. I'll just talk about just like in general, like rechargeable battery packs weren't common, then, so you have to go like with the official ones, Let's see. The Super Game Boy was the solution before the N64. Yeah, exactly. The Super Game Boy was the solution before the N64. Yep. You're right about that. I never had a Super Game Boy normally though. Like I didn't have it normally. My friend had it, and sometimes he would let me borrow it, but he obviously needed it back, and like I couldn't buy it. But when I bought I think the transfer pack came with Pokemon Stadium, so I got a transfer pack when I bought Pokemon Stadium. But I saved up for a year to be able to afford to buy Pokemon Stadium. Pokemon Stadium on the N64 was $69.99. You know, inflation. What is that? I mean, inflation, that's like over $100, right, or something like that. So let's see here. Oh, hold up, 69. Let's just check. $69 in inflation. All right, so let's check. $69.99 and 19. I think it was 99 when 2000 when Pokemon Stadium. Yeah, that was $105. So $69.99 in the year 2000 was $105 this year with inflation. Think about that. You know, I didn't have that type of money back then. I did not have that type of money back then. You know, like that regularly. I was older, but I still didn't have the money like that. So I had to save. I saved up for a whole year to get that game. Sorry, I am 17. I don't know what came first, N64 or GameCube. No, you should not blaming your age. Hold up here, Bostron. Listen. The N64 came first, but you being 17 has nothing to do with you not knowing what came first, Bostron Pie. That has nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it, because you have internet. You know good and well what the internet is, and you could easily look up Nintendo platforms and the order. That has nothing to do with your age. I don't want to hear that. When you come here to my village, we're elites. You know what I'm saying? And don't blame your age for not knowing what the N64 or what came first, N64 or GameCube, because you have the internet. You have the power of the internet. So being 17 years old has nothing to do with you not knowing what came first. There's people that are 5 years old that know what came first because they have the internet that can look up what came first. So I don't want to hear that, Bostron. N64 came first though, but I don't want to hear that. Let's see. It's not about being bothered by that. It's about being ignorant. Like that's just ignorance. When people talk about kids being ignorant, that's ignorance. By coming to a stream, I'm not trying to hate on you, and saying, I'm 17 years old, I don't know what came first, the N64 or GameCube. Bruh, you've got the internet. What do you mean you don't know what came first? Just look it up. That's just pure laziness. That's just ignorance. I'm trying to help you out. Trust me. When you learn to not be ignorant and lazy on looking things up, you're going to improve your life. That's going to teach you things in the future. Trust me. I remember when I was 17, heck, I did a lot of stupid things too, and said a lot of dumb things as well, and did things that was lazy. This is something that's going to help you in the future when you grow up. Don't blame you not knowing something that happened because of your youth. Not a single employer wants to hear that. Your youth doesn't get you excuses for not knowing something. That's like saying, well, I'm 17. I wonder who the first president of the United States was if you live in America. Nah, you should know. You can look it up, or you should have learned it in school. It's George Washington. All right? So that's no excuse. All right, man? And like I said, I'm going to help you out. Don't blame you not knowing something based on your youth. Employers never want to hear that. That is one way to get you on the bad list. Trust me, I did it. And it got me on the bad list. I used to blame things on me being young. I don't care if it's video games or more important things. Don't blame stuff of you not knowing something that's solid clad and facts and history on your age. That's the worst thing that you can do. That's going to teach you horrible habits. Don't do that. Don't do it. And like I said, it's not even about you with GameCube and video games. That's obviously not important. But don't blame you not knowing something on your youth. Trust me. Trust me. You want to save yourself pain? Trust me on that one. Jay Davies says, especially those young kids, they're always connected. Exactly. Exactly. You have cell phones. You have tablets. You have iPads. You have everything. There's no excuse. No excuse. No excuse at all. Bro, the chicken and the egg, bro. I don't know, bro. I'm gonna say the chicken, but that's just me. I never claimed that people are hiring people based on the first president. I never claimed that. I never said people are hiring people based off of the first president. I never said that. If you interpret it as that, then you're not paying attention, my boy, Aaron. I simply said that it's not an excuse. Like, your age is not an excuse to know something that happened in the past. And I brought up an example of, like, not knowing who the first president was. Well, you weren't alive during that time or whatever, so I guess you shouldn't know who it is. I'm simply saying that blaming you not knowing something, a historical fact or something that happened based off of your age, is a bad thing. Not basing something that you don't know something based off of your age is not a good idea. You know? It's not a good idea. You want me to subscribe, don't you? Well, bruh, I don't care, Boss Trump Pie. You can subscribe or you cannot. I don't care. If you still haven't subscribed yet, you're here, bruh, feel free. But honestly, bruh, I don't give a damn if you subscribe or not. Feel free to subscribe if you want to. If not, you've already come in here with some nonsense 2 days in a row. So I don't know if you're material anyway. You can go subscribe to somebody else that doesn't talk to their viewers. But if you sit in here and you don't think it's worth subscribing, yet you got a content creator that's actually talking to you and all this stuff, but yet you go and subscribe to other people that won't say a damn word to you and ignore you 99% of the time, that's on you, bruh. But feel free to get the hell out or feel free to stay here. I don't care at this point. This is what I'm talking about with certain people, right? They sit here and try to make it seem as if it's like they'll go, man, I feel like saying a word I ain't gonna say it. They feel like going and sucking up to these other content creators and going and watching everything that they do and all that, and they never talk to them. People just want to be drones. They don't want to be somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to be somebody in the community. They don't want content creators to actually talk to them. They just want to be drones inside chats. You know what I'm saying? And just be ignored. That's what a lot of these people on YouTube want, man. Like, bro, I don't think you even the material for my stream anyway. So feel free to leave. Feel free to leave, bro. Seriously, like, that's why I said I'm sick of it. Like, I'm tired of it. That's what people want. They want drones. If you ain't already subscribed, but you got a content creator talking to you and giving you real advice or answering your questions that you still ain't subscribed, bro, I'm good. I'm good. Like, I can see why you guys clown on Ethan and I. Let's see here. OJ, it is Mr. Clock. I'm just saying, man, there's so many drones out. Seriously, people out here subscribe to all these weirdos and people that don't say a damn thing to them. You know what I'm saying? They want to be, oh my God, I want to say this word so much, but I ain't going to say it. They want to be, I'm just going to say drones. They want to be drones and faceless and nameless and not have any clout. That's what people want, because people are so, they can only see what's right in front of them, man. They don't see the future at all, man. So I'm good. I'm good, bro. Let's see here. I'm 21 and he's getting on my nerves. Let's see here. Eric P. Yeah, Ethan's actually funny though. Ethan's funny, and he's just messing around, you know, for the most part. But Ethan's actually he's actually super smart. If you guys don't know, he's like, I think he said like 3.7 GPA. He's like, all right, what was it, 4.0? I know it's really high. Ethan's actually super smart. He's a good kid. Eric P. with the $2 donation, and he works hard. I mean, he got his own job. You know what I'm saying? He's working. You know, he's a good guy. Eric P with the $2 donation says, my chinchilla knows the Nintendo timeline. Does it? I'm absolutely gonna tell him that you said that. Let's see. Absolutely. I'm absolutely gonna tell him that. TH3. Absolutely. And it's another episode of Tough Love from your big brother OJ. Scared Straight featuring OJ. Hey, yo, you guys ever watch those Scared Straight? Oh my God, bro. You got like some Debo looking dude. Hey, boy. Oh. You got some little skinny pimple face kid, little snot nosed little punk. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that gang banging or thinking that being a punk is what you need to do in this life. And then they take him to prison, and they show all these big old huge Bubba. Them Bubba is like this close to their face with this stinky prison meal breath. You know what I'm saying? Prison meal breath. Ain't showered in a couple days. Disgusting little jail cell. Nasty little toilet in the same room smelling like dookie. and old sheets, prison brick. Oh man, coming over here talking and that right here from this kid's. Oh my god, bro, I'll never go to prison. I'll never go to prison because bro. Look, I don't think I'm really short, but I'm only 5'9" is not very tall in prison. When Bubba and Debo and Tebow and C-Boy, you know what I'm saying? All these big old huge guys, man. I ain't even try to mess with that. You'll never catch me ever in prison. Y'all, you gotta be nuts to do something. You gotta be crazy to do something to break the law to where it gets you in prison for federal crime. You've got to be crazy. You've got to be absolutely crazy to do that. If you anything under 6 foot, if you 6 foot 100 something, it's over. Hey, what's up, VC? Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Thank you for the raid. It is absolutely over. Over. Let's see. You went scared straight mode for a little. I think I did for a little bit reversed. I think I did for a little bit. Shoutouts. Thank you for the raid. I want to make sure that everybody hears it. Thank you for the raid, VC. I appreciate it. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid. Ethan raid. Let's see here. Let's see. LOL bought Witcher 3 today. Look forward to playing it tonight. Nice. Sounds good. Sounds good. Uh-oh, I'm 5'9". I better chill out. Yeah, you better chill out, bruh. J Blue 88 Hood Gamer hitting us with that beatdown, with that Italian beatdown, with the $5 donation. No message though, just $5. Thank you for the support, bruh. Grown man telling them kids that they're gonna take cookies, bro. I'm good. That's why I remember watching Scared Straight and telling myself, I'm like, man, I can't. Like, honestly, like gamers don't end up in prison. You see what I'm saying? Like real gamers, if you're a real hardcore gamer, there's no way you're gonna end up in prison because your access to games is going to be limited. If gaming is your number one, your main hobby, your thing that you love, there's no way that you're gonna find yourself, most of us are never gonna find ourselves in prison because guess what? Your gaming privileges get taken away. Some people can play games, and it depends on how much of a, like what type of prison, like, you know, the security. In the minimum security federal prisons, you can play video games. They do allow you to buy video games. If you can afford it or if somebody can buy it for you, they will allow you to play video games. You can buy a system, you can play video games, it's not a problem. But minimum security, like most of the serious drug offenses and stuff like that, you're not gonna get sent to the ones where you can play video games like that. You're gonna get sent to the more tougher ones, you know? But even then, like they still limit your game time. Like when you're in like the least security, like the Martha Stewart prison, you know, for like that. I mean, yeah, they'll let you walk around. You're not in disgusting places. They keep you in somewhere nice or nice enough at least. But if you're in like most of the prisons that people go to for like, you know, like murderers and like rapists and, you know, drug dealers, like serious drug crimes, like serious, like, you know, serious drugs, those are disgusting. They don't let you play video games there, you know? So yeah, man. It's I can't do it. You can't play. I couldn't imagine not waking up and sitting down right here and editing and talking to you guys and saying, hey, we're gonna play Final Fantasy. I can't imagine going to sleep, not grabbing my Nintendo Switch or turning on Forensic Files and just having my freedom. I can't imagine being locked up with somebody else telling me when to eat, when to go do this, when I can't imagine that. Who wants to do that nonsense? I can't imagine that. That's hell. I'd rather die than do that. Like, I can't. Psychopie donated $1 and says, I had a dream I was running beyond Scared Straight. You were running beyond Scared Straight? Me and the random wanderers were goofing on this kid for like 10 minutes straight. LOL, I would relive that dream. So you were the ones who were like yelling at the kids. Okay, I got you. I experienced that in basic. Oh, you're military, TK Vince? I didn't know that. Cool. Salutes to you. Yeah, that's the reason why I didn't go to the Air Force to play football. The Army and the Air Force were like, hey, we can give you, like, you can come play football, for us. And I was like, I think I'm going to go to community college instead. Like, hey, you can come play Division I football for us. I'm like, about that. I was like, about that. So, Air Force isn't nearly as bad. It's not nearly as bad as other branches, but still, like, it's still some restrictions and stuff. Like, I wasn't trying to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And back then, in my mind, as a 17-year-old, I was like, I was just thinking military. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking, like, I didn't know the actual, like, facts in terms of things. I was just thinking, oh, it's military, so this is what military does. Like, I wasn't trying to deal with all that, Let's see. If you're in prison for murder, you probably don't have to watch Forensic Files. That's funny. Hey, Chance, what's up, man? Happy Friday. Let's see here. If they let me, let's see here. Big Cat Scat says, if they let me game all day in jail, I'd probably rob a gas station right now. If they let, but you don't need to rob a gas station right now, and you can game all day if you want. The Big Scat. You don't need to do that. Yeah, no. If you're in prison for murders, you're the guy you're being the one who's being profiled for Forensic Files. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're the guy you were in the episode of Forensic Files. You're the main event. There's been some pretty notorious serial killers and killers that have been profiled on Forensic Files. So yeah, it sucked. I cried on the phone to my mom, but looking back on it, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I was just sheltered. Oh, okay. How long were you in the military, or did you end up just leaving pretty quickly, or what? You're the guy OJ is watching while he plays with Switch at night. Yeah. There's been some crazy people, man. I remember there was this one dude, man. I think his name was like Joe Luna. Crazy bald dude, man. Like, you know what he did? Like, he was inside, there was like these apartment complexes, right? And there was these two apartments. And what he did was, like, he wanted to, like, he was already on, like, they had warrants for his arrest in different cities. So he befriended this girl, ended up being like a girlfriend with this girl, and like he was like kind of like hiding out in her place, right? But like she didn't know about his past. And it was like her and like a little kid. And like when she was out at work, he would just be inside the house doing nothing all day. Because guess what? He wasn't a gamer. So he had nothing to do and he couldn't go outside because there was warrants for his arrest. So what he did was that like he found out that there was like an attic space. There was like a crawl space between his apartment and the next apartment right over. So what he used to do is like he used to crawl up in there and like see if he can steal some stuff, right? So one time he went in there, I guess he stole some stuff or whatever the case was. And then another time he went back to kind of steal some more stuff. But this time the dude was sleeping. And as he dropped down, the guy woke up and that dude killed him. That guy, that crazy dude, he killed him and tried to set the apartment on fire. So then he did that, and obviously they ended up catching him. They ended up linking certain things, and they ended up like, catching the guy. And then this guy was crazy. This dude used to terrorize people. He used to break into people's homes, tie them up, terrorize them. I think he maybe raped some people too. And like this guy was crazy, And then he got the death penalty. I was so happy. That was the most satisfying episode of Forensic Files. But then you guys are like, what happens when you get the death penalty? Like you're on death row for like 30 years. It's like so stupid. Like why are we sitting here paying for this dude to be alive for like forever? Bro, what am I watching right now? 10 years. LOL, straight out of high school. Wow, 10 years. Wow, so you're like a career military. Nice. Let's see here. Chase that crazy bald head out of town. Oh my gosh, OJ, I want to live the life of a criminal. I just play Grand Theft Auto because I need my games, bro. Exactly. If you ever feel like being a criminal, just play Grand Theft Auto. You don't actually got to do it in real life. Wow. Okay, Ronald, you did 12 years in the military. Nice, man. I've got some military peeps here. Shout out, salutes to you guys for being in the military. I was too scared. I couldn't do it. N64 had better games than the GameCube. Okay, so Boschtron, you were trolling the whole time. I love Super Mario 64 and Mario 64. I hope they bring those back to Switch. N64 had better games than the GameCube. It didn't. And GameCube had way more games than N64. N64 had a lot of games, or N64 had a lot of good games, like the top 10, top 15. But overall, better games, no. N64 didn't have better games than the GameCube. I mean, Star Fox 64 is great. I love that game, but GameCube had Star Fox Adventures and Star Fox Assault. Mario 64 is great, but GameCube had Mario Sunshine and it had Luigi's Mansion. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's great that 64 has these cool games, but like, there's no Metroid. There's no RPGs. Where's Fire Emblem? Where's Metroid Prime? Where's Metroid? Where's it at? You know, we already went over this. That's cool, but you have nostalgia tinted goggles on. The nostalgia tinted glasses, goggles, whatever you want to call them, they're tinted. Those are great games that you mentioned, but the breadth and the overall variety of games on the GameCube is much better. What about? Did you ever play Resident Evil 4? By the way, Bostron, ever play Resident Evil 4? It's a pretty good game, huh? Which system actually had the greater quantity of games? GameCube. GameCube released more games than the N64. Nintendo released more games on the GameCube than the N64. GameCube had more games from third-party developers than the N64. This is facts. DPT Bassman, what's up, man? Welcome. Shockwave, I haven't played any Resident Evil and tried the demo on the 3DS. See, then feel free to stop talking about GameCube versus the N64. If you've never played a Resident Evil game, but you're trying to sit here and tell me that N64 is better, yet you've never played Resident Evil 4, and you've never played Resident Evil 0, and you've never played the original Resident Evil remade on the GameCube, which are some of the greatest games of all time, feel free to stop trying to compare the two. If you don't have an accurate, you don't have an accurate way, feel free to stop trying to compare them. Thank you for finally subscribing, Bostron. I appreciate you, my boy. I appreciate you. And you're trolling, I guess, earlier. I appreciate that. But I mean, come on, you've never played. You should play Resident Evil 4. N64 RPGs were great though. Paper Mario and Hybrid Heaven. There's not enough. That's not enough. 2 RPGs is not enough. And GameCube has way more. Skies of Arcadia, Bots and Kaitos, Fire Emblem, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Like, the list goes on. Bots and just come on. Skies. Tales of Symphonia. It's not even a comparison here. And Hybrid Heaven wasn't even that good. And like I said, Thousand Year Door is better than the original Paper Mario. So yeah. 2 Pokemon games on the GameCube as well. Yep. Gale of Darkness, Pokemon games as well. And it had Pokemon Stadium. Absolutely. Or Pokemon Coliseum. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, Rocco? Was able to play Cookie Mama. Oh, you're able to snap a copy of Cookie Mama directly from the company? Nice. What company was it? A lot of you guys grew up with the GameCube, huh? I think a lot of people grew up with the GameCube because that was early to mid 2000s. So if you're in your, like, let's say you were born like in like the early 90s, or if you were born like in the mid 90s, then GameCube probably was like a system. Like if you're a Nintendo fan, GameCube was like a system that you really got into, as you got older. Just want a proper Star Fox game on the Switch. Well, Switch is still, we'll see if it gets it. Seems like we haven't got a proper Star Fox game since you don't like Star Fox Zero. Star Fox Assault was a proper Star Fox game. I don't know why you're saying that it isn't. It really is. Star Fox Assault is definitely a proper Star Fox game. So yeah. Shadow King says the GameCube had the Sonic collections as well along with ports of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. It did. Star Fox Assault's good. It's really good. It's a proper Star Fox game. You might not like it as much as the other games. You might not like, but it's a proper Star Fox game. Like a proper new Star Fox game. Star Fox Zero is just a reimagining or whatever, a remake of Star Fox 64, so. Yeah, the GameCube is what got me into Nintendo and gaming. Yeah, for a lot of people it was the GameCube. A lot of people was the N64, but a lot of people was the GameCube too. I think the N64 audience was also like, you have like a lot of multiplayer family, stuff like that, playing with your friends. Yes, I did play Eternal Darkness. I beat that game. It's good. And once again, it's one of those different styles of games that wasn't on the N64. Like, you didn't have something like Eternal Darkness. Yeah, you had Resident Evil, but you didn't have anything like Eternal Darkness. So, you know, like an exclusive game, you know, that Nintendo was doing. GameCube brought about a lot of innovative games and like cross genres and things like that. Yeah, Command wasn't bad either, Chuba. Command wasn't, that's also another proper Star Fox game too. Star Fox Command on the DS, that's actually a pretty good game. And it was proper, and it had online. So that's a proper Star Fox game as well. Yep, it is. I don't like it as much as Assault, but it's still a good game. Star Fox Assault was my first real Star Fox. The campaign was just short, but good. Have you played Star Fox 64's campaign? You can beat that in like 40 minutes. Star Fox 64 is very short. Now there's multiple routes, but like going through the campaign, it's a very, you can beat the game literally in about an hour. You know, if you don't like, it's very short. But once again, there is multiple routes to replay. You know. GameCube aged better because it's modeled off after current gaming, you know, in terms of like what they're doing there, like with the frame rates and stuff like that. 30 to 60 frames per second games, whereas N64 was like, dude, there's games that run like 20 frames per second, dip down to like 10 to 15 frames per second at times. N64 is, games don't age well because like the tech wasn't there, wasn't all the way there. It was incomplete 3D tech. Good, but incomplete. Only time the game ran at 60 frames per second, if it was a 2D game, Smash Brothers, you know, or like Yoshi. Something like that. But there wasn't a lot. Developers weren't trying to do 2D games. They're trying to do 3D games. But there wasn't a lot of 60 frames per second games, or games that even ran at stable 30 frames per second on N64. A lot of it was 20 frames per second, you know, or 25 frames, or 20 frames with dips. Smash and Yoshi were like the very few. There's not a lot. I mean, I think maybe like Mischief Makers. I'm not really sure, but any of the 2D games ran pretty good. But a lot of games ran like trash on N64 in today's day. Back then, you didn't really notice too much, but yeah. N64 and PS1 didn't age well at all, because that was the basis of, that was the start of 3D gaming. GameCube is definitely an underrated console. Absolutely. OJ, how was the Final Fantasy VII Remake experience? It was really good. Really good. I enjoyed playing it. I'm going to play it again in a little bit. No, my GameCube collection is not inside here. I have a few GameCube games, but I don't have a lot of GameCube games here. But my GameCube collection isn't inside this room. I have some at my mom's house, and then I only have some here, but I'm still building my GameCube collection. Most of my collection got stolen when I was in college. But I have like Metal Gear Solid here. I have Beautiful Joe. I have Baten Kaitos. So I got a few games here and there. Let's see here. Cyclopie says, I really wanted a GameCube when I was younger. I used to go to the church summer camp, and legit, the only thing I was excited for was playing Mario Kart Double Dash in the kids' pickup room. Nice. Can you estimate when you'll play Final Fantasy VII Remake? I want to see you play, but I need to take a nap. Yeah, I can estimate for you. What time are we at? We are at 2:07. Yeah. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, and then I'm gonna start playing right now. So I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick, grab a drink of water, and then we can start playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm gonna turn on this real quick. You guys might see this, but when I play Final Fantasy VII Remake, please no backseat gaming, and no spoilers. No backseat gaming and no spoilers. I am gonna cut this stream and then start a new stream with Final Fantasy VII Remake in just a little bit, okay, guys? So we are gonna cut it. So just if you want to play, stick around. Stick around for a bit, but we are going to cut this stream, then start up a new one, and I'll have like a new thumbnail and everything else. All right, guys? So give me just a little bit of time. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, and then we'll be back with Final Fantasy VII Remake in just a bit. Probably in less than 20 to 30 minutes, we'll be back with it. Less than 20 to 30 minutes. It might be pretty soon, but I'm just going to take a little bit of a break, and then we'll be back with Final Fantasy VII Remake. Okay, guys? All right, so we'll see you guys in just a bit. Look out for that. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, put your notifications on. Thank you guys for the subscriptions. Boss Tron Pie, thank you once again for subscribing. I appreciate that. Wish you would have subscribed yesterday, though. I mean, you were here, or the day before, and I was answering all your questions. So it would have been nice if you would have subscribed before, but I appreciate your subscription now. I really do. Thank you for all the donations as well, guys. Appreciate that. And remember, guys, we are going to be giving away a copy of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Make sure you Elite Ninja up. If you're not an Elite Ninja here in the village, make sure that you Elite Ninja up, because we are going to be giving away a copy of Final Fantasy VII Remake to Elite Ninja. So you have to be part of the Elite Ninja crew in order to get a chance at winning it. So make sure you Elite Ninja up. You'll get a shout out. You get Discord. You get into our game sessions. So make sure you guys do that. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching for right now, and we'll be right back in just a bit. Okay, guys? Sit tight. Go grab a snack. Do whatever, and I'll be back in just a little bit. All right? Peace. Aron, I'm going to make sure that you win so you know it's not rigged.